point about all this is that whatever happens, if it does happen, the most important thing, obviously, is to make sure the economy can function again.
Why did King Charles take an unprecedented step to protect Princess Catherine's children, even at the cost of creating tension with his wife, Camilla? This shocking decision has sent ripples through the royal family, sparking questions about Charles's true motivations and the future of the monarchy. With whispers of strained relationships and a desire to prioritize the next generation, the story reveals far more than meets the eye. Stay tuned as we uncover the truth. The British royal family has always been a source of fascination, but recent events have turned whispers of intrigue into full-blown speculation. At the center of this storm are King Charles, Queen Camilla, Princess Catherine, and her 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Each plays a pivotal role in shaping the monarchy's future, but their relationships with one another reveal underlying tensions that threaten to disrupt the family's delicate balance. Charles ascended the throne after years of waiting, bringing Camilla to her long-sought position as queen consort. Yet her role has not been without controversy, and her presence in the royal family continues to spark debate. Meanwhile, Princess Catherine has emerged as the picture-perfect future queen, beloved by the public for her poise, dedication, and relatability. Her growing influence, coupled with the prominence of her children, has drawn sharp comparisons to Camilla, intensifying rumors of discord. This complex web of relationships is further complicated by the late Princess Diana's legacy, which casts a long shadow over Charles's reign. The public's unwavering adoration for Diana often amplifies criticism of Camilla, while Catherine's striking similarities to Diana have endeared her to royal watchers worldwide. With her children poised to inherit key roles in the monarchy, Catherine has become a central figure in discussions about its future. But tensions within the family run deeper than appearances. Reports suggest a growing divide between Charles and Camilla, with the king increasingly focused on Catherine's children as the symbols of a modern, scandal-free monarchy. This shift raises questions. Is Charles distancing himself from Camilla to protect the monarchy's future? And how will this decision shape the royal family moving forward? Let's delve deeper into this fascinating story. Did you know about Camilla's complicated history? Camilla's journey to becoming queen consort has been anything but smooth. From the moment her relationship with Charles became public, she was thrust into the spotlight as one of the most controversial figures in royal history. Her involvement in Charles and Diana's infamous love triangle not only fractured the royal family, but also left a lasting impression on the public. To this day, Camilla is often regarded as a symbol of betrayal, an image she has struggled to shake. While Diana was adored for her warmth and relatability, Camilla was viewed as the other woman who contributed to the breakdown of a fairy tale marriage. Even after Diana's tragic passing, Camilla's path to public acceptance remained rocky. It wasn't until years later, following carefully managed PR efforts and her marriage to Charles, that she began to rehabilitate her image. Yet, compounding her struggles is the fact that Camilla's style as queen consort differs sharply from the modern expectations of royalty. Her approach often feels rooted in the past, contrasting with Catherine's forward-thinking image. Catherine has effortlessly embraced her role as a unifying figure, connecting with people across generations, while Camilla's reputation remains tied to a bygone era marked by scandals. This stark contrast has fueled speculation about Charles's recent actions. Many believe his decisions reflect a growing recognition of the public's preference for Catherine's modern, approachable style over Camilla's controversial legacy. As whispers of tension continue to grow, it becomes increasingly clear that Camilla's place within the royal family and her influence over its future may not be as secure as it once seemed. But how did we get here? Let's explore the key relationships driving this royal divide. Tensions with the younger royals. Camilla's relationship with the younger royals, particularly William and Catherine, has long been a subject of speculation. Since her marriage to Charles, she has faced an uphill battle to gain their acceptance. Much of this stems from the emotional toll Diana's experiences had on her sons William and Harry. As Diana's eldest son, William has always been fiercely protective of her legacy, making it difficult for him to fully embrace Camilla as part of the family, as participated in everything the three families did. William's loyalty to Diana is matched by his wife's natural alignment with the values Diana embodied. Catherine's ability to connect with people, her devotion to her family, and her poised demeanor evoke comparisons to the late princess. This has further highlighted the differences between Catherine's effortless public image and Camilla's more complex legacy. Sources close to the royal family suggest that, while relations between Camilla and the younger royals are polite, they remain distant and professional rather than warm and familial. Camilla's struggles to form meaningful bonds with William and Catherine extend to the next generation as well. While Catherine has worked hard to present a united family image, Camilla's interactions with her step-grandchildren are often perceived as reserved or distant. This perceived lack of connection has only added to the sense that Camilla remains an outsider in a family that prizes unity and tradition. Recent reports suggest that these tensions have not gone unnoticed by King Charles. His apparent focus on Catherine and her children is seen as a deliberate move to solidify the monarchy's future around figures who embody the public's expectations. By prioritizing the younger generation, Charles may be subtly acknowledging the limitations of Camilla's role in a modern monarchy. But is this decision enough to protect the institution's future? Let's delve deeper into the legacy Diana left behind. The late Princess Diana remains one of the most iconic figures in modern history, and her legacy continues to shape the British monarchy. Diana was celebrated not just as a royal but as the people's princess, a title earned through her compassion, relatability, and tireless advocacy for charitable causes. Her tragic death left a void in the royal family, but her influence has endured, casting a long shadow over those who came after. For Camilla, Diana's legacy has been both an obstacle and a constant reminder of her own controversial past. The public's deep connection to Diana has made it difficult for Camilla to escape comparisons or overcome the stigma of her role in the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. While Diana is remembered as a symbol of empathy and grace, Camilla's public image often struggles to reach the same level of acceptance. This dynamic becomes even more pronounced when comparing Camilla to Catherine. As Diana's daughter-in-law, Catherine has inherited much of the public goodwill that Diana left behind. Her natural elegance, dedication to her family, and focus on meaningful charitable work have drawn parallels to Diana's legacy, further highlighting Camilla's differences. Catherine's rise as a beloved royal has reinforced the notion that Diana's influence remains alive and well within the monarchy. King Charles, too, appears acutely aware of Diana's enduring impact. His recent decisions to elevate Catherine's role and focus on her children signal a recognition of the qualities the public admires most. By aligning the future of the monarchy with figures who embody Diana's values, Charles is not only paying tribute to her legacy, but also ensuring the institution's relevance in the modern age. But what does this mean for Camilla's place in the royal family? Let's examine Charles's vision for the monarchy. As King Charles steps into his role as monarch, his attention has shifted to securing the future of the British monarchy. This vision is centered on Princess Catherine's children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, who represent the next generation of royalty. Charles's recent actions to focus on them are seen as a strategic move to ensure the monarchy remains relevant in an ever-changing world. The younger royals are seen as a clean slate, unburdened by the scandals and controversies that have long plagued the monarchy. Prince George, as the heir to the throne, is already being groomed for leadership, while Charlotte and Louis are growing up in an environment that emphasizes family unity and public service. Under Catherine's watchful eye, they are poised to embody the values of a modern monarchy: approachability, duty, and relatability. Charles' apparent prioritization of Catherine's family over his relationship with Camilla has raised eyebrows, but it also reflects a pragmatic understanding of public sentiment. The popularity of William, Catherine, and their children is a stark contrast to the lingering skepticism toward Camilla. By placing the younger generation at the forefront, Charles is aligning the monarchy with figures who resonate with the public's expectations. This shift also signals a departure from tradition. Historically, monarchs have prioritized their consorts as key partners in royal life. However, Charles's focus on his grandchildren over his wife suggests a recalibration of royal priorities. This move has been met with widespread approval from the public, who see George, Charlotte, and Louis as symbols of hope and continuity. But what does this mean for Camilla's role in the monarchy? As Charles invests in the future, the divide between Camilla and the younger generation becomes increasingly pronounced. Let's explore how this affects Camilla's relevance in the royal family. Camilla's ascension to the title of Queen Consort was a controversial moment in royal history. For years, public opinion on her role was divided, largely due to her involvement in the breakdown of Charles and Diana's marriage. While Charles has worked tirelessly to secure Camilla's place in the royal hierarchy, her position remains precarious in the eyes of many. As Queen Consort, Camilla has faced significant challenges in defining her role. Unlike Catherine, whose natural charisma and connection with the public have solidified her status as a modern royal, Camilla's public image has struggled to evolve. Her reputation is often tied to the past, with many viewing her as a reminder of the monarchy's more scandalous chapters. Efforts to reframe her narrative through charitable work and increased visibility have yielded mixed results. The stark contrast between Camilla and Catherine has only grown more apparent over time. While Catherine is celebrated for her grace, warmth, and relatability, Camilla's demeanor often comes across as more reserved and detached. This difference has fueled speculation about Charles's recent decisions to focus on Catherine and her children as the future of the monarchy. Critics argue that Camilla's struggles to connect with the public have weakened her influence within the royal family. Despite her official title, she is rarely seen as a central figure in discussions about the monarchy's future. Instead, the spotlight increasingly falls on Catherine, whose popularity continues to rise. As the monarchy shifts its focus to the next generation, Camilla's role becomes less defined. Her position as queen consort may be secure on paper, but in practice her influence appears to be waning. This begs the question: can Camilla redefine her legacy, or will she remain overshadowed by the past? Recent decisions by King Charles to prioritize the younger generation over his wife Camilla have sparked widespread speculation. These actions, seen by many as a deliberate shift in royal priorities, suggest that Charles is keenly aware of the monarchy's need to modernize and distance itself from its more controversial past. By elevating Catherine and her children, Charles appears to be signaling a new era for the royal family, one that emphasizes unity, progress, and public trust. Charles' focus on Catherine's children, particularly Prince George as the future king, aligns with his vision of a streamlined and modern monarchy. His decisions suggest a deliberate move to present the younger generation as symbols of a fresh start, unburdened by historical scandals. Public approval of this direction has been overwhelmingly positive, as George, Charlotte, and Louis embody the qualities many hope to see in the future of the institution. However, this shift has left Camilla in a precarious position. Historically, the queen consort played a central role in supporting the monarch, but Charles's apparent distance from Camilla has raised questions about her place in this new chapter. Reports suggest that Charles is acutely aware of Camilla's divisive reputation and the public's enduring affection for Diana, which has made Camilla's presence in the royal narrative more complicated. Critics view Charles's actions as a practical, if controversial, decision to ensure the monarchy's survival. By focusing on figures like Catherine and her children, who resonate with modern values, Charles is building a bridge to the future. Yet this calculated move also highlights the growing divide between Charles and Camilla, as the king seemingly acknowledges the limitations of her role. What does this mean for Camilla's legacy? Let's explore Catherine's rise and her impact on the monarchy's public image. Princess Catherine has become the cornerstone of the monarchy's modern image. Known for her elegance, grace, and ability to connect with people, Catherine has earned a place in the hearts of the public. Her steady rise in influence has not only strengthened her role as the future queen, but also cemented her family's place as the face of a new royal era. Catherine's popularity stems from her relatable charm and dedication to both her family and her royal duties. Unlike Camilla, who has struggled to gain widespread approval, Catherine is often seen as a unifying figure. She represents the qualities that many associate with the monarchy's future: warmth, humility, and an unyielding sense of duty. Her ability to balance tradition with modernity has resonated with people of all ages, making her one of the most admired royals. Catherine's influence extends beyond public appearances. Her work in mental health advocacy, early childhood education, and other charitable causes reflects a deep commitment to making a tangible impact. These efforts, combined with her role as a mother to Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, have solidified her as a symbol of stability and hope for the future of the monarchy. This rise in influence has further emphasized the contrast between Catherine and Camilla. While Camilla's legacy is often viewed through the lens of past controversies, Catherine is seen as a beacon of progress and renewal. Her ability to seamlessly navigate the demands of royal life has made her an indispensable part of Charles's vision for the monarchy's future. As Catherine's star continues to rise, the question remains: how will this impact Camilla's role within the royal family? Let's examine the importance of the younger royals and their growing prominence. The younger generation of royals, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, represents the monarchy's future. Raised under the watchful guidance of Catherine and William, these children embody the values of a modern royal family: compassion, responsibility, and connection with the people. Their upbringing reflects a shift toward a more relatable and progressive monarchy, one that is better aligned with the expectations of today's society. Prince George, as the direct heir to the throne, carries the weight of royal tradition while symbolizing the potential for a modernized monarchy. Charlotte and Louis, though not in direct line for the throne, play equally important roles in shaping public perceptions of the royal family. Together, they project an image of unity, family values, and duty, which resonates strongly with the public. King Charles' decision to focus on his grandchildren underscores their importance. By investing in their future, Charles is ensuring that the monarchy remains relevant and beloved. Public sentiment has shifted in recent years, with younger generations showing a preference for relatable figures who embody authenticity and transparency. George, Charlotte, and Louis, under Catherine's nurturing influence, perfectly fit this mold. This emphasis on the younger generation has further marginalized Camilla. While she holds the title of Queen Consort, her connection to the monarchy's future seems tenuous at best. The public increasingly views her as a symbol of the past, overshadowed by the promise of George and his siblings. This generational shift highlights the monarchy's evolving priorities and the growing divide between its past and future. What does this mean for Camilla's relevance in an institution focused on moving forward? Let's explore how public perception is shaping this royal trend. The British monarchy's survival has always depended on its ability to adapt to the changing expectations of its people. In recent years, public opinion has shifted dramatically. The once unquestioned reverence for tradition has given way to a demand for modernity, authenticity, and relevance. Royals who embody these qualities, like Catherine, William, and their children, have become the focus of public admiration, while others, like Camilla, struggle to keep pace. Catherine and William's ability to connect with younger generations through relatable causes, open communication, and genuine engagement has cemented their place in the monarchy's future. Initiatives like Catherine's focus on early childhood development and mental health resonate deeply with modern audiences. This kind of visibility and relatability is exactly what today's public expects from their royals. In contrast, Camilla's image remains tied to the past. Despite efforts to reframe her narrative, her association with the controversy surrounding Diana and her relationship with Charles continues to cloud public perception. Camilla's style of engagement, formal and often detached, feels out of step with the monarchy's modern direction, further widening the gap between her and younger royals. This growing divide is not lost on King Charles. His actions suggest a deliberate pivot toward those who can bridge the monarchy's traditions with the demands of a contemporary world. The younger generation, led by George, Charlotte, and Louis, embodies this balance. Their upbringing reflects a careful blend of royal heritage and progressive values, positioning them as symbols of a monarchy evolving to remain relevant. But this shift also signals a diminished role for Camilla. As the monarchy focuses on its future, her relevance appears increasingly tenuous. This raises a crucial question. Can she adapt to this new era, or will she remain a relic of the past? Let's conclude by examining the implications of this royal transformation. King Charles's reign is shaping up to be one of transition, marked by bold decisions and a clear focus on the future. By prioritizing Princess Catherine and her children, Charles has signaled a commitment to modernizing the monarchy and ensuring its continued relevance. This shift has been met with widespread approval as it aligns with the public's growing preference for transparency, relatability, and a forward-thinking royal family. Catherine and her children symbolize hope for the institution. Their relatability and dedication to royal duties resonate strongly with a world that increasingly values authenticity over formality. As the public rallies behind this new generation, the divide between the monarchy's past and future becomes ever more apparent. Camilla, despite holding the title of Queen Consort, now finds herself on the periphery of this new vision. Charles' actions reflect a pragmatic understanding of the challenges the monarchy faces. By distancing himself from Camilla's controversial legacy, he is strategically aligning the institution with figures who embody the values of a modern era. Catherine's growing influence and her ability to connect with people across generations make her an ideal representative for the monarchy's future. However, this transition is not without challenges. The monarchy must navigate the complexities of public expectations, generational shifts, and lingering controversies. As Camilla's role diminishes, questions about her legacy and relevance will likely persist. Will she be remembered as a figure of division, or can she redefine her place in this new chapter? As the royal family moves forward, one thing is clear: the future of the monarchy rests on its ability to adapt and evolve. With Catherine, William, and their children at the forefront, the monarchy is poised to embrace a new era. But how will history judge the choices being made today? Only time will tell.